Good day, everyone. It's Saturday, May the 30th, day 75. Stay safe at home day. Ron Crider here at Victoria at Indian River Shores here in Vero Beach, Florida. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the reprehensible events that took place in Minneapolis on Tuesday night. All indications are this was a heinous crime perpetrated in plain sight by a deranged law enforcement officer. This is yet an unforgettable blight on our American history. The results of the brutal action of this person has ignited nights of vandalism, looting, and tragic lawlessness in our major cities. The senseless murder of George Floyd is unforgivable. The resulting mob actions is yet another selfish example of misguided revenge that only adds to this tragedy and in no way is the slightest bit justifiable. I really thought I needed to say that, and I hope I didn't offend anyone, but it's just terrible to see something like this take place, and it should never happen. It should never happen in America. We're better than this. And we have to do something about it. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm telling you, it's just a horrible thing to have to watch, and for the rest of the people around the world to take a look at how we behave in this country. Okay, I love all those likes. Thank you very much. Push the like button. I appreciate it. My numbers did come up a little bit yesterday, and for that, I appreciate it very much. Shout outs today to just a couple of people, to Ellen and Daniel. Appreciate you folks watching. Thank you so much. You're pretty loyal people, and we do appreciate that as well. The weather for Vero Beach today, Saturday, it looks to me like it's going to be about 80% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then mainly cloudy during the afternoon with thunderstorms likely. A high about 85 degrees today. For you boaters, the winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And I said chance of rain about 80%. And then tonight, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Cloudy skies this evening will become partly cloudy after midnight. Low 72, winds south at 5 to 15 miles per hour. You know that SpaceX launch that was scheduled last week, I think it was on Wednesday? Well, it's supposed to happen today, weather permitting. The mission is scheduled to lift off at 3:22 Eastern Time from the Kennedy Space Center. So if you're here in Vero Beach, all you need to do is walk out to the beach and look north, and you'll see it. From my balcony, I can just walk out of the balcony and take a look at it, and probably will be able to see it. Here in Vero Beach, the county's 2 libraries, along with the local health department, will reopen next week by appointment only. I can't ever remember calling up the library and making an appointment, but I guess that's what you're going to have to do. So there are 2 doctors in the ER in New York that did a little television show the other day, and they reported that about these masks, and they say the principal benefit of the mask, the most important part of the mask, is you need a mask, number one, that covers all the way up almost to your eyes, right up to about here. It goes down and goes under here, all around your face. And the reason for that is you don't want to be touching your eyes, your face, your nose, or your mouth, because your hands pick up all these viruses that are floating around potentially. And when you put your hands on your face, that's how you get COVID-19. So they say the most important part of those masks is keeping you from touching your nose or your eyes or your mouth. So that's a very important thing. Yeah, there is a side benefit of not being able to spread the virus or to get the virus from somebody else by inhaling the virus and so forth, but it's more important just so you don't be touching your face. Some really bad news. The Blue Star Brasserie restaurant serving dinner tonight for the very last time. Chef owner Kitty Wagner announced in an email that was sent out yesterday, probably you will not be able to get in. It will probably be as full as she's going to be able to make it. And she said it wasn't necessarily because of the pandemic that she's closing down. It's just a time for a new phase in her life. I'll give you the phone number here at 772-492-9057. That's the Blue Star Restaurant in the historic downtown Vero Beach. Really wonderful restaurant. Kitty's a nice gal. She serves good food, always had nice music. So you got one shot at it, and probably you won't be able to get in, but give it a try. 772-492-9057. Also, this reminder I mentioned it the other day, I'll mention it again because it is Saturday, and then Sunday is going to pop up here. St. Helen's Catholic Church here in Vero Beach. Masses will resume their normal weekend schedule starting May the 30th. That would be today. They will have both daily masses starting on Monday, June the 1st. Some other Catholic churches here on the Treasure Coast started daily masses last Monday, but check with your local parish. And remember, you're probably going to have to wear a mask when you go in there. As I recall, Ed Dakarak told me down in Stewart that there were signs on the door that you had to have a mask in order to get in. And then when you get inside, they're going to instruct you where to sit so you don't sit too close to one another. This week, the IRS began sending out 4 million individual EIP cards with their stimulus funds loaded on them. These cards do come with a fee to withdraw the money. They're a little bit like a credit card or a debit card. They work pretty much that way, but there is some fee. So I presume if that's how the banks are getting paid or how the credit card company is getting paid in order to provide this service, and that would be that they get a fee every time you make a withdrawal. So might be a good idea if you're going to pay something, you have to pay something big, and it's $1,200. Just take the whole $1,200 or whatever they're going to let you pull out of it and only incur one fee instead of a whole bunch of little fees. That would be my suggestion to you. Don't throw that away. You know, you get all these things in the mail. You get all these cards in the mail, these credit cards in the mail, and, you know, clearly you don't want them. You don't need any more credit cards. And some of them look very, very legitimate. Well, this one is legitimate, so don't throw it away. It's going to be a very difficult time for you to get it back if you throw it away, and there goes your stimulus money. So be very careful about that. You know, I've been a real proponent of Elite Airlines here in Vero Beach. Well, here's the deal. Elite flights are running at capacity, potentially bringing in 100 passengers to Vero Beach from New York metropolitan area each week. So it's important to know who is making sure these visitors are self-quarantined for 14 days after they get here. Well, the bottom line is no one's following up with these travelers. Now, this is not a good thing. I'm very happy that Elite's flying again, and it's terrific. I'm not happy that they're bringing people in from New York and New Jersey where all the problems are. There's got to be something wrong with that. I mean, all of a sudden, you know, we open up the door and let the hens out, for heaven's sakes. This is not a good thing. So somebody's got to follow through on that. Yes, we're so happy that Elite is flying again, but somebody has to monitor this and make sure that these people don't just come in here and all of a sudden our numbers start popping up like crazy. That's what happened in South Florida. We don't want that to happen to us here in Vero Beach. Okay, folks, here come the numbers. I hope you like the numbers today. I try to get through this pretty quickly. It'll be a little bit longer today because I had to do my little bit here at the beginning about the tragedy in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But other than that, we'll just click right along this morning, and I hope you have a very blessed and wonderful weekend. Weather's a little bit better this weekend than last weekend. Back in a flash. Okay, folks, here are the numbers for Saturday, May the 30th. They came in about 12:30 today, so I apologize once again for not getting them up as quickly as I would like to, but I can't put them up before I get them. So let's take a look at Florida. Total testings in Florida, 995,886. New positives in Florida, 927. New hospitalizations, 131, and new deaths reported for the entire state of Florida were 34. Now, that's for the entire state of Florida. Now, we're going to, as I say every day, look at Indian River County, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, Brevard, and Orange counties. We look at these because these are the counties that are closest to us and where most of the people around here go back and forth between. Indian River County, so far we've tested 5,501. New positives are 4 in the past 24 hours. New hospitalizations, 0. And new deaths reported in Indian River County in the past 24 hours is 1. Brings our total death toll up to 10. Now in Dade County, this is the largest county in the state. 177,039 people have been tested down there. And new positives down there, this is a ridiculous number. It's minus 15 because there must have been some corrections in Dade County. But new hospitalizations are correct, 34, and new deaths down there reported in the past 24 hours is a total of 15 in Dade County. In Broward County, 103,972 total people tested. New positives, 92. New hospitalizations, 12. And new deaths reported in Broward County, that's Fort Lauderdale, would be 5. In Palm Beach County, so far they've tested 72,673. New positives in Palm Beach County, 133. New hospitalizations, 20. And new deaths reported in Palm Beach County of 2. In Martin County, they've tested 8,042. New positives, 25 in Martin County. That would be Stewart. New hospitalizations, 1 down there. Deaths stay at 9, and there are no new deaths reported in the past 24 hours. In Martin County, 8,042. This is Stewart. And total new positives in Martin County are 25. Total new hospitalizations there, 1. New deaths reported there, 0 again. That's a good thing. St. Lucie County, 10,905 total testings. If we go across here for new positives, 14 new positives in St. Lucie County. That would be Fort Pierce. New hospitalization, 0, and no new deaths reported in the past 24 hours. In Brevard County, that would be Melbourne, 22,474. 22,474 total testings. New positives in Brevard, in Melbourne, 19. New hospitalizations, 2, and no new deaths reported in the past 24 hours in Brevard County. And in Orange County, that would be Orlando, 70,130 new total testings up there. Total new testings, only 601. New positives, 31. New hospitalizations, 8, and no new deaths reported in Orange County, Orlando in the past 24 hours. So we have over here, if you look in the middle here, new positives in just the counties that I'm talking about, not including the ones at the top here for all of Florida, but 303 in these counties that we're talking about, pretty much our adjacent counties, so to speak. And then new hospitalizations, there were 77 new hospitalizations, and new deaths reported in the past 24 hours are 23. All righty, now let's go take a look at the graph that I made here. This will give you a little bit better idea. Let's compare Indian River County now to the entire state of Florida. So in Indian River County, total tested 5,501, testing positive 126. That gave us a percentage of 2.29 for the percentage of people who tested positive out of all the people who were tested. Now, this is a strange number over here. 126 is the total number of people who were tested positive, 126, and the number of people who passed away, 10, that is 7.94%. Now, that's a very large number, but basically, we didn't have too many cases, but we didn't do a tremendous amount of testing. Now, if you look at testing versus deaths, we tested 5,501, we had 10 deaths, and that's 0.18 against the people who were totally tested. So this column over here is the people that were totally tested versus the number of people who have passed away. This column over here, in the column L, these are the number of people positive versus deaths, the 126 versus the 10. Now, if we compare that to the entire state of Florida, we'll go down here and we'll see that the entire state of Florida under the test positive was 5.57 for the whole state. But Indian River County is only 2.29. We like that. That means we're 3.27 ahead of anybody else. Well, I shouldn't say anybody else, but we're ahead of the state of Florida. That would be a more accurate way to put it. Unfortunately, we're behind in the total number of deaths versus the number of people who tested positive. That's kind of an erroneous number because the numbers are so strange there, but we actually tested out at 7.94 and the state is 4.42. And if you take a look at this one over here, we're doing pretty good over here. We're 0.18 testings versus deaths at 55 versus 10, testing versus deaths, and the entire state is 2.5. So we're a little bit ahead there, and that's a good thing there. This is a good column. This is a good column. I don't care a lot for this column L. I hope I haven't confused you too much. I hope you have a really great Saturday. And here come my thoughts for today. They're pretty interesting thoughts for today. I hope you like them. Okay, folks, it is about 9:18 when I'm doing this segment, and these are the thoughts for today for Saturday. I don't know if there's anything we can do about this, but it's pretty important. You know, there's not enough days in a weekend. Is there anything we can do about that? Just not enough days in the weekend. I heard somebody say that the other day. I have some pretty lame thoughts for the day today. Great things do not have to be big things. They may be small things that make a great difference in one person's life. Great things do not have to be big things. They may be small things that make a great difference in one person's life. The best way to appreciate your job is to imagine yourself without one. No, that's not a good thing. The best way to appreciate your job is to imagine yourself without one. Now, this is the lamest one I have done in a long time, and for which I apologize, but I thought it was kind of cute. You know, a bicycle can't stand on its own because it's too tired. Get it? A bicycle can't stand on its own because it's too tired. Oh, come on. Okay, folks, do the right thing this weekend. It's a little bit better weekend than last weekend with respect to the weather, although the past week has not been a really great week with respect to our country. So, okay, every day I say this, be a part of the solution, not part of the problem. Please be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. I need not tell you what that means. You know that. You've seen so far 75 of these. Have a great day. See you on Sunday.